Okay, this video is going to be a deep dive on the Meta Performance Summit that happened in San Jose. It was over 2 days. It was an awesome event. We got to hear a lot from the senior leadership team at Meta on what's happening with the product roadmap, what are the things to focus on to improve performance, and let's get into it. Okay, so one of the first themes of the presentation of the day was signal and how you have to pass enough signal and enough high quality data back to Meta to make sure that the ads can perform. So it's pretty obvious, but it is true. Like a lot of ad accounts that I've audited don't have CAPI set up properly. The events manager scores aren't like over an 8 on 10 or those EMQ scores. So with Shopify, at least, it's like fairly easy. Just use the Meta sales channel and then make sure everything's set to maximum in the settings in the sales channel in Shopify. But within Events Manager, like in the Meta Business Manager, you can always, every few weeks or once a month minimum, like just check all your event match scores, make sure that there's the conversions API or CAPI set up, and that you're passing both browser and server events. But looking at the image that's here, what they talked about was, I think it's already in beta for some accounts. I don't have access yet, but omni-channel ads, which is very cool. And it's obviously relevant if you have physical retail stores that you also sell your products in. So the way this ad unit will work is you can actually choose to optimize for omni-channel at the ad set level. And then that way Meta will dynamically change the destination of the ad to either the closest physical retail store to drive in-store sales or to the website, depending on how the user interacts and like what the end user is more familiar or comfortable with. For some people who have a history of buying in-store, like Meta will show that the in-store version of the ads. So this is awesome. It will like dynamically optimize and you don't really need to worry. And they already, I think in some tests showing that, yeah, up over 21% higher ROAS for these omni-channel ads. So I have one retail client with about 20, 25 stores. So I'm definitely going to test that soon once I get access to it. Lead ads with CRM, didn't really go over that too much. But what was really interesting, which is going to be the next theme, was the entire suite of value optimization. So they've really gone hard into value over the whole summit. So we'll get into that next. Okay, so for value optimization, the new stuff that's coming is value optimization for profit, which is super exciting. They didn't give too much info on it. I know some people already have access to it in beta, but you can basically add in order level costs or COGS data, and then Facebook will optimize for profit at the product level, which is amazing. So I wonder how that's going to work, but I think it should be really good. And then you can also do value optimization for non-purchase or standard or custom events, which is interesting. So this is for some of the bigger brands or types of brands who need to move a bit more upper funnel, but still use the attributes of value optimization. So you can use value optimization for add to cart or for view content, which was again a new feature. And then the last thing is just value optimization for purchase, but that's already been around for almost 6-8 months or a year now. And it's working really well. It's about 30 to 35% of spend right now for me, for most clients. And even though the CPMs are higher, seeing way higher AOV, slightly better ROAS, and it does seem that it's going after like a different audience than just highest volume. So definitely test value for purchase if you haven't already. Okay, so on day 2, they had these breakout sessions where we could hear in more detail and in more depth about some of these tools. And we heard specifically from Meta product managers and engineering, which was amazing. So you have to believe them. So let's talk about value optimization for profit and when is the best use case for it. So you can see on the image here, it might be a bit hard to read because there's a lot of info, but basically it's what the product person said was that it's best suited for advertisers whose price and margin values are not correlated. So what that means basically is if you have a good variety of price points, and then within the different price points, you also have different margins for different products. Suppose you're selling one product that has a 70% margin and then another one that 100 or like a 200% margin, which would be amazing. But you get what I'm saying. So some brands are selling like a furniture brand, for example. Maybe they're selling a side table that's $200 and you have a 40% margin on that, but then you're selling a couch for $2,000 and maybe you have a 80% margin on that. So in that case, when you have not a flat profit margin across the entire SKU base of your brand, profit margin would make more sense. So I don't think it's for everyone, but if you do have differences in profit margin, then I think it would be like really good to test. And then, yeah, it's not suitable for people who don't have order level profit margin data available, not suitable for subscription brands, or if your profit is a flat rate across all products, then it doesn't make sense. And yeah, it's not clear how we're going to upload the profit data. It sounds like we can either, yeah, through the Shopify catalog or through Cappy, but I'm not sure exactly how that's going to work. It's just mentioned here, but it seems that if you have all this data, you're just giving more data to Facebook and it should drive a higher ROAS. I'm definitely going to test it once I get access to it, but this was just all the info that we have now, and that's what they shared at the event. Okay, and then this is the second update from value optimization. So it's value optimization for non-purchase events. So this I thought was interesting. Like, I don't think it's going to be huge for most advertisers because I think this is more for like really big advertisers who are hitting a ceiling on purchase conversion and then need to diversify a bit of spend. Or if you have a really long purchase cycle or like unique website with a ton of steps to do before converting, then you could use it. So I think the example they gave was like for a beauty brand doing like a quiz completion. So technically you could create a custom event with value optimization. So you're getting like higher quality like leads essentially filling out the quiz. So yeah, they've given an example of alpha testing for leads and custom conversions. But yeah, I'm not going to be in any rush to test this soon, but I just thought I'd share because in case someone finds it useful, that when it comes out, you can look into it. Okay, the other big theme of the conference was incrementality. You've been hearing about this for the last year or so, but very exciting update that Meta has now released incremental attribution. So it's actually a setting that you can just turn on. I think all our ad accounts have access to it at the ad set level. And yeah, they're saying that you can clearly see with their experiments that they've done a 46% lift in sales and incremental conversions. So this is super important because I think a lot of people are struggling with Meta in terms of it's not able to drive net new acquisition in terms of like incremental new conversions. If you're not sure what incrementality is, just comment on the video below and then I can make another one on what it means and how Meta measures it. But I'm just assuming you guys know what Meta means by incremental conversions. So I won't go into it too much, but I've started testing it already in one account. And so far, yeah, it seems to be doing better than the standard, but you probably need to do like an actual conversion lift test, have incremental attribution as one setting and then like regular attribution as the other. But actually, I'm finding it more useful and I'm not sure how I'm going to test this yet, but within the breakdown section of Ads Manager, you can look at the breakdown of the results by attribution settings. So between 1-day view, 1-day click, 7-day click, and then also with incremental attribution. So you can technically see within your current campaigns, like which ones are driving the most incremental attribution, and then just move budget to those ones without actually having to test it. Or you can do both, which is like a combination of what I'm doing, which is cool because there's some campaigns that are like have a Reels only campaign or one value optimization campaign where the percentage of incremental conversions in the breakdown to regular conversions is high. It's 70-80%. That's really good. And some are quite low, actually. Like some of my older advantage shopping campaigns that have like the existing customer cap. I'm seeing only about 40-50% of the conversions are incremental, which I was guessing like some of the old ASC or advantage shopping campaigns, the longer they're running, the less incremental they might be. It starts feeding a bit more to engaged audiences, existing customers. So it's cool that you can compare now between regular attribution and then incremental attribution. So yeah, that's super exciting. I think there was something else I was going to say. I'm just like blanking out right now on it, but yeah, let me know if you have access to it or not. And then let's get into the next thing. Okay, let's shift gears a bit now into creative, because obviously creative was another big part of the summit. So one thing they talked about was using the Meta AI enhancements and specifically like the creative gen AI tools. So like I feel like a lot of brands are hesitant to use it because it doesn't look on brand. or you think it doesn't look good. But honestly, Meta's run like thousands of experiments and they're showing that by turning these things on, you can see a lift in performance. And I believe it. I've been turning it on for a few accounts. It's been working really well. And the tools keep getting better. So it's not like what it was even like 3 or 5 months ago. You can add the catalog now to every ad, which I just turn on, which is awesome because they can see the ad and then also browse through the entire catalog. You can even segment the catalog a bit more if you just want to feature something. But yeah, there's so many other tools like the music. Some of the background stuff, like generate backgrounds on static images, isn't the best. So I think for video content, definitely I would turn on like all the AI enhancements. Sometimes for static ads, like I get it, it's like a bit random, some of the generate backgrounds and things like that. But at least the text overlays are pretty good. So I think there's an advantage right now, like a first mover advantage to lean into Meta's creative AI tools and just turn everything on, especially if your performance is struggling, just to give the system like as many variations as possible and let it resonate to different users. So let me know if you guys are testing it out, but I'd highly recommend you do. So on day two, in the breakout sessions, that was smaller and more intimate, where we heard directly from the Meta product team and engineers. There was a huge focus and dedicated sessions just on Reels, like Reels only content, as well as partnership ads. So Meta's really like doubling down on partnership ads. If you haven't tested it yet, like you have to. It's been working really well. I didn't believe it for a long time because they've been pushing it for a few years now, but definitely in the last 3 to 4 months, it's been like some of the top performing ads like across my clients. And now within partnership ads too, I've made a few other videos you can check out on the channel where you can choose either to show the ad just from the brand handle, from the brand handle and the creator handle, or just one identity, which is the creator handle. And now there's a new update where there's 3 options, and then Meta can dynamically choose to either show just the brand handle with the creator or just the creator only. So that's even better, like instead of just choosing one. But I'm noticing that just the creator handle only is performing better because it just looks more organic. And it used to be the old school way of hacking the system to whitelist the ad. If anyone remembers in like 2017, 18, or even like in COVID, where you kind of had to get access to the creator's Facebook page and then log in and run the ad from there. It was a nightmare. It's like super easy to whitelist now. But yeah, so Reels specific placement for partnership ads, all these metrics are so much better on that. And it makes complete sense. So would definitely test it if you haven't. Okay, so what are the new features for partnership ads specifically? So number one are testimonials. It's basically just like a comment from the creator that shows up like pinned to the comments. So it's cool. It's just like an added feature. I think it's mainly only on Instagram, but you can just add it in. It looks cool. The second one is, I think, a big update and really cool is that you can add the catalog to a partnership ad. So imagine like the creator's talking, it's a video, and then, or even a static ad, and then below, like the collection ad, the entire catalog is populated. So that's been working really well. And then in the breakdowns in Ads Manager, you can actually see if people are interacting with the catalog and clicking. I don't think you can see the conversion data yet because it's always hidden, but at least you can see how much spend is going to which product within the catalog, which is good. And then, yeah, like I was saying earlier, I have another video about this too, that you can have the partnership ad only show up with one partner, i.e. just the creator, like the old school whitelisted way, which is good. So definitely test that versus having both. Or if you have access to the dynamic option, then that's just the best. You don't need to test it. And then finally, AI optimizations for partnership ads. So a lot of times if the ad doesn't have music, if it's a static ad, you can add text overlays, like just turn on the AI enhancements. It's even changing like the CTA to put different copy instead of just shop now. It says tap to shop or like a few different options. I think you just have to lean into the AI here and use it. But yeah, those were the major updates for partnership ads, but big emphasis on Reels, partnership ads, getting diverse content in terms of format, messaging, all the same stuff, building a creative supply chain to constantly feed the system with tons of variations by turning on all the AI enhancements will improve performance. Meta is just, again, leaning into the AI tools just to make more variations. But that was the main update on partnership ads.